Indivisible Mohawk Valley is the protest, one of the protests that'll be protesting President Trump and Congresswoman Tenney. Sarah is with that group, and she's on the line right now. This is a big moment. How many people do you expect to have with the president coming to town?
Oh, my goodness. Thank you for this opportunity, Bill. We have over 1,600 people showing an interest or committed to going today at 4 o'clock in front of the state office building on Genesee Street.
So we're going to be broadcasting this afternoon from down in Franklin Square, down near Hotel Utica. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm assuming if you put 1,600 people over there, that it's going to be hard for traffic to get through, right?
We're expecting the road closures anyway.
Okay.
So we plan on being on the public property where everybody's going to be safe. We are always, with an Indivisible Mohawk Valley event, we guarantee those to be peaceful, nonviolent, and safety to the best of our ability. All of our members, this is really important to us. We realize there are a lot of new people today who've never been to a protest before. So our members will be kind of helping them, kind of show them the ropes, but we are going to have a really great time focusing on being safe today.
How many, just so I can get this out there, because it will be brought up, how many of these protesters will be paid?
0.
You're saying 0. 0 of them will.
Do you have a budget for that?
Say it again?
Do you have a budget for that, if they wanted to be paid?
No, we don't.
Yeah. You do understand that's quite the question. And that's what Congresswoman Tenney is going to say, is that they're all paid protesters. And so what's your issue with Tenney? What if you were to come up with 3 things, what I'm sure you could do more, but what's your issue?
Right. So the theme of our protest is that the Trump agenda hurts Central New York families. So when she champions Trump's agenda, she is intentionally hurting us. That's not okay. That's enough for us to get off the couch, stop yelling at the TV, and to get into action.
Okay.
So, Bill, you said 3 things. Like, what's on his agenda that hurts Central New York, this area?
Right. So, obviously, number 1 is health care, right? When Tenney's voted with the president, she's chosen to ignore her constituents when they've called in and told all kinds of stories about how her vote for the AHCA is going to hurt them and their loved ones. She completely ignored it in order to please Trump. That's not okay with us. 20% of all jobs in Oneida County are related to health care. That's not something that you just gamble with in order to please President Trump.
The last time the president was here, he was on the campaign trail, and he was at Griffiths International. And Manasseh was there, and a couple of things that you've quoted that the president has said about move out of here, move out of upstate New York. There's no opportunity here. You should move somewhere else. Do you agree with that? Are you from here, Sarah?
I'm not. I've lived in Central New York for 3 years.
Okay. And your thoughts on that comment by the president?
I think it's extremely reckless. I think it shows how out of touch he is. And I don't know why there wasn't, Tenney wasn't more vocal on saying, like, no, this is actually a really great place to live. So she's not willing to stand up to him whatsoever. She's willing to sell us out in order to please him so that she can get a job probably as a federal judge after we unelect her and unseat her this fall.
I just one thing. I want to say that he was at an event not at Rome when he said move to Michigan or whatever. He did say, is anybody...
Foxconn, was it the Foxconn job announcement?
Yeah, because when he was here, he said, "Does anybody work up here?" And then he said, "Don't leave, don't leave. I'll bring jobs."
What
back.
did you see any of the video, any of the Today Show this morning from Omarosa? What's your take on Omarosa?
I have been too busy planning this safe event for over 1,000 people to be at. That's what I've been doing for the last 11 days.
So you feel you'll be above 1,000 people today?
I wouldn't doubt it. With how dedicated our own Indivisible Mohawk Valley members are, how dedicated Citizen Action and the SEIU 1199 unions, all 3 of us are partnering together to lead and to organize this event. I wouldn't be surprised if we have between 500, 1,000, even more people show up today.
All right.
And then, in addition to health care, you got one more that hurts the area, Trump's agenda that hurts us?
Oh, goodness. Foreign policy. I'm 31 years old, and I've never, before President Trump, had to worry about nuclear war. I've actually had to have that conversation, with my family and be like, what's going to happen? Obviously, I have friends who have dairy farms and in agriculture. They're not happy. They're not doing as well as they expected to be when they voted for Donald Trump. So as I'm talking to my neighbors, talking to my friends, and we're talking about how expectations were in 2016 and what's the reality of now in 2018, it's gone down. And they're not okay with that. I'm not okay with it. Obviously, everything to do with one thing that's important to know is that Indivisible Mohawk Valley, we value truth over lies, and we value love over hate. And the Trump agenda embraces hate and it embraces lies.
I will tell you, the president's numbers are up. His approval numbers are up right now.
It's not up in central New York to the levels that it definitely could be. And across the country, there's still more people who disapprove of him than approve of him.
Okay. All right, Sarah, interesting. We'll be seeing your group later on this afternoon.
Great. Have a good day, guys.
Okay. Indivisible Mohawk Valley. You're very bothered by her.
I'm just saying, there's the idea that we never had to worry about a nuclear war before Trump took office is absurd. And I think he is, the dairy farmers have been underpaid for a long time. That's not a Trump issue. In foreign policy, that affects everybody. That's not unique to NY22. So I understand she doesn't like him. I totally get it. I'm not saying she should like him or that anybody should like him.
I'm surprised separation of families, immigration, that would have been an easy one for her to come up with. There are a few others. Anyway, it's interesting.
And the health care thing, can I say forever that I hate Obama because of the lies about the health care thing?
Right.
I mean, how long do we keep beating this drum?
You don't have to defend him.
You're right.
Let's let the group in the other room do it because they are fully ready to go.